Ever pondered how you'd maintain warmth in an off-grid lifestyle? You're not the only one. The concept of an autonomous existence, free from the primary public utilities, has been gaining popularity recently. Naturally, heating becomes a crucial part of such a lifestyle. But in the absence of centralized heating systems, how does one ensure a snug and warm home off the grid? The solution can be found in a variety of off-grid heating methods, each boasting their own unique perks and difficulties, from the old-world allure of fireplaces and wood stoves to the environment-friendly nature of solar thermal panels and geothermal heating, or even the ingenious usage of passive heat from affixed greenhouses. Also, let's not overlook the contemporary wonders of pellet stoves and biomass boilers. In this video, we'll take a deep dive into each of these heating systems, evaluating their efficiency, installation procedure, and cost factors. So, stick around as we delve deep into the details of each heating system. Starting with a classic, let's discuss fireplaces and wood stoves. These traditional heating methods have warmed homes for centuries, and their allure isn't just about heat. There's a certain rustic charm and comfort in the flickering flames and the scent of burning wood. Fireplaces in their essence are simple to install. They require a chimney for smoke outlet, and the cost can vary greatly depending on your choice of material and design. However, they're not the most efficient way to heat a home. Much of the heat produced by a fireplace actually escapes through the chimney, leaving you with a beautiful sight but not so warm surroundings. Wood stoves and biomass boilers, on the other hand, are more efficient. They're designed to burn wood in a controlled environment, allowing a greater percentage of the heat to be transmitted into your home. However, installation can be a bit more complex, requiring adequate ventilation and adherence to safety regulations. Speaking of cost, both these options can be relatively economical, as long as you have access to a good supply of wood. If you're lucky enough to have your own woodland, this could even mean virtually free heat. But remember, chopping and storing wood is a physically demanding task, and it takes considerable time. Now, let's talk about the drawbacks. Both fireplaces and wood stoves require regular cleaning to remove soot and ash. And we're not just talking about cleaning out the inside of the stove. The chimney needs to be cleaned before every season. A flue fire can destroy your entire home, so don't let this important maintenance task be overlooked. This is a relatively easy DIY project and does not require a lot of time compared to some projects. Furthermore, it's worth noting that burning wood releases particulates into the air, which can contribute to air pollution. Despite these concerns, there's no denying the appeal of a crackling fire on a cold winter's night. Fireplaces and wood stoves offer a sense of coziness and nostalgia that modern heating systems often lack. However, when it comes to heating an off-grid homestead, you might want to look at other options as well. Fireplaces and wood stoves offer a rustic charm, but they may not be the most efficient or cost-effective solution. Next up, we have pellet stoves and biomass boilers. These are both excellent options for off-grid heating. Let's dive right into the details. Pellet stoves, as the name suggests, use pellets made from compressed sawdust or other organic materials as fuel. They are incredibly efficient, converting up to 90% of their fuel into heat. This is significantly higher than traditional fireplaces and wood stoves, which typically convert just about 70%. Additionally, pellet stoves are easier to maintain than their counterparts. The pellets burn cleanly, leaving behind very little ash, which means less cleaning for you. Plus, they can be vented directly through a wall, thus avoiding pipe installation through the roof. But a word of caution: they must be vented per code and in some areas require a licensed contractor. However, pellet stoves can be a bit more expensive up front due to the cost of the stove itself and the installation. They also require electricity to run the automated features, such as the pellet feed system and the fan, which can be a challenge for those living entirely off the grid. However, these clean, efficient systems have become very popular among homesteaders. In addition, you can purchase the equipment to produce your own pellets at quite a savings by using your supply of sawdust that is generally available on most homesteads. Now, let's talk about biomass boilers. These systems use organic material like wood chips, corn, or agricultural waste to generate heat. Like pellet stoves, biomass boilers are highly efficient, and they offer a renewable and sustainable form of heating. They also have a larger fuel capacity, which means less frequent refueling. But just like pellet stoves, biomass boilers come with a higher, upfront cost. They are also a bit more complex to install, requiring a dedicated space due to their size. And they need a storage area for the biomass fuel, which can take up quite a bit of space. Many users have a special shed built close to their residence that houses the boiler of fuel supply in one place, making this type of heating cleaner and more efficient than an in-house heating unit. So, how do they compare to traditional fireplaces and wood stoves? Well, both pellet stoves and biomass boilers offer a higher level of efficiency. They are more environmentally friendly, using renewable resources and emitting fewer pollutants. However, they do require more initial investment, and their installation can be more complex. Pellet stoves and biomass boilers are more efficient than traditional fireplaces, but their installation can be a bit tricky. Let's elaborate on the differences between common solar panels and geothermal heating systems. Regular solar panels, also known as photovoltaic solar panels, are different from solar thermal panels. The former convert the sun's energy directly into electricity, whereas solar thermal panels harness the sun's energy for heat. They work by absorbing the sun's rays and converting them into heat, which is then transferred to your home's heating system. This heat can be utilized for your water or space heating depending on your setup. Their effectiveness can vary depending on your location and the amount of sunlight you receive. On the other hand, geothermal heating systems work in an entirely different way. They don't rely on the sun but harness the Earth's natural heat, which remains consistent throughout the year. This heat is extracted using a ground loop pipe system and a heat pump. But keep in mind, these systems require a significant amount of land for installation, and their installation process can be quite disruptive, and they are not available in all areas. Both solar panels and geothermal heating systems are excellent green energy options, but they operate differently and have varying installation requirements and costs. Lastly, let's discuss a less common but interesting option: passive heat from attached greenhouses. Now, this method is a bit unconventional, but it's certainly worth considering if you're looking for a dual-purpose solution. An attached greenhouse is essentially a sunroom that's built into the sunny side of your home. It's a place where you can grow your own fruits, vegetables, and herbs year-round, and it also functions as a passive solar collector. The sun heats the greenhouse during the day, and the warm air naturally circulates into your home, reducing the need for additional heating sources. Now let's talk about effectiveness. On sunny days, an attached greenhouse can significantly warm your home. However, on cloudy days, the heat generated might not be sufficient. Therefore, you'd still need a backup heating system for those less sunny periods. As for cost, attached greenhouses can vary widely based on factors such as size, materials, and whether you're building it yourself or hiring a contractor. Typically, a simple attached greenhouse could cost anywhere from a few $1,000s to over $20,000. But remember, apart from providing heat, it's also a space for growing your own food, which can save you money in the long run. The installation process can be quite involved. You'll need to consider things like the orientation of your home, local building codes, and the type of plants you want to grow. It's not a project for the faint-hearted, but with careful planning, it can be a rewarding endeavor. So, is an attached greenhouse the right choice for you? Well, if you're someone who enjoys gardening, wants to grow your own food, and is willing to put in the effort, then this could be a fantastic option. However, if you're just looking for a simple, no-fuss heating solution, you might want to consider other options we've discussed. An attached greenhouse is a unique option that can provide both heat and a space for growing food, but it might not be the best choice for everyone. Now that we've discussed each system, it's time to compare them and determine the overall best choice. Fireplaces and wood stoves provide a traditional, cozy heat source. Their effectiveness is undeniable, but they require a good deal of manual labor and constant attention. As for the cost, it's relatively low if you have an abundant access to wood. However, the installation can be challenging and needs professional help. Pellet stoves and biomass boilers, on the other hand, are more modern and automated. They offer a high degree of efficiency, but require a steady supply of pellets or biomass, which can be costly. The installation process is simpler than fireplaces, but still needs expertise. Solar thermal panels are a great choice if you want a renewable and eco-friendly solution. They're highly effective in areas with ample sunlight. The cost can be high initially, but the savings in the long run make up for it. Installation is quite complex and requires a professional. Geothermal heating is another renewable option. It's incredibly efficient and can provide heat in winter and cooling in summer. The cost, however, is high due to the need for digging and installing underground pipes. Professional installation is mandatory, and it's not feasible in all locations. Lastly, passive heat from an attached greenhouse is an innovative and natural way to warm your homestead. It's effective, but its performance depends heavily on the weather. The cost is relatively low, and it's the easiest to install out of all the systems. Now, the best choice will largely depend on your situation. If you have access to plenty of wood and don't mind the work, a fireplace or wood stove could be perfect. If you prefer automation and have the budget, pellet stoves or biomass boilers might be the way to go. If you're in a sunny location and are environmentally conscious, consider solar thermal panels. If you have the budget and the land, geothermal could be a fantastic choice. And if you love gardening and want a low-cost option, an attached greenhouse could be your best bet. Remember, the best heating system for you will depend on your specific needs, preferences, and living situation. But before we wrap up our exploration of off-grid heating systems, let's explore a few more options. But first, a review of what we have so far. We've journeyed through the warm glow of fireplaces and wood stoves, savored the consistent heat of pellet stoves and biomass boilers, and marveled at the innovative solar thermal panels and geothermal heating. We've also seen how attached greenhouses can provide passive heat while doubling as a space for nurturing your green thumb. Each of these heating systems offers unique benefits and challenges. Some are easier to install and cost less upfront, while others are more efficient and sustainable in the long run. It's essential to consider your specific needs, the climate of your homestead's location, and your budget before making a decision. Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all solution. The best heating system for your off-grid homestead is the one that fits your lifestyle and meets your needs. As we've mentioned before, there's no one-size-fits-all solution when it comes to off-grid heating, so we're going to explore a few more heating options that might just be the perfect fit for your homestead. These are propane heaters, rocket mass heaters, and micro-hydro heating systems. Starting with propane heaters, these compact units are easy to install and provide instant heat. They're also portable, allowing you to move them around as needed. Propane heaters are a clean-burning option suitable for off-grid homes. They come in various forms, including space heaters and wall-mounted units. If you are serious about this type of heating, you will need an exterior propane tank installed that will need filling every year, or sooner depending on size of tank. Next up, we have rocket mass heaters. These unique heating systems are known for their incredible efficiency, using less wood than traditional wood stoves. They also do a fantastic job of retaining and distributing heat. Rocket mass heaters are a low-tech, highly efficient heating option that burns wood at high temperatures, providing long-lasting warmth with minimal fuel consumption. However, they do require a lot more space than a traditional wood stove and may not be suitable for all homes. If you're building a new off-grid homestead or renovating an existing one, this could be a great option to consider. Lastly, let's talk about micro-hydro systems. If you're lucky enough to have a stream or river nearby, these systems can provide a constant source of heat. They harness the power of moving water to generate heat, making them a renewable and sustainable option. However, they require a significant investment and are dependent on the water flow. These heating options each have their own pros and cons, and the best choice depends on your specific situation and resources. We hope this additional information helps you make an even more informed decision about your off-grid heating system. So stay warm and remember, the journey to off-grid living is as unique as you are. Thank you for listening, and please subscribe and like this video if you found it helpful. Your support is greatly appreciated.